Governor Ron DeSantis out of Florida is likely under investigation. All right, let's first go to the incident to remind you of why. Here it is.
This morning, a surprising scene in Martha's Vineyard. 2 planes filled with about 50 migrants landing on the island, according to emergency management officials. Authorities say the planes were sent from Florida Wednesday afternoon by Governor Ron DeSantis. This video, provided by DeSantis' office, which says it was obtained by a source on the ground, appears to show the migrants' arrival on the island. DeSantis' office saying the planes were part of the state's relocation program to transport illegal immigrants to sanctuary destinations, adding states like Massachusetts, New York, and California will better facilitate the care of these individuals who they have invited into our country by incentivizing illegal immigration.
The Treasury Department is now investigating. Let's put up the pictures of Governor DeSantis and also the Senator Ed Markey's pick. This is going to be interesting. So the Treasury Department is examining if the governor of Florida violated rules in how he spent money. According to a letter provided by Democratic Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey's office, the agency's Inspector General's office confirmed to several members of Massachusetts Democratic congressional delegation that it planned to probe Florida spending as part of ongoing audits into how states have used the billions that was sent to them as part of the American Rescue Plan. Now, what's an audit? An audit is a forensic investigation. That's what it is. So yes, Governor DeSantis is under an audit by way of the Treasury Department. There's more. Let's go to old Richard here. You got Richard K. Delmar. That's the Deputy Inspector General for the Treasury Department, told lawmakers that the agency would, and I quote, review the allowability of COVID-19 aid to states related to immigrants or immigration generally, and will specifically confirm whether interest earned on the funds was utilized by Florida related to immigration activities, and if so, what conditions and limitations apply to such use. Efforts to stop it from happening again are this. Several groups have now filed legal challenges to stop Florida from facilitating more transports. And a Texas sheriff is currently probing the flights. He's under investigation by a sheriff in Texas. We reported on that last week. But the Treasury letter marks the first time federal authorities have acknowledged they are looking into the transports. The senator's office late last month posed a question to the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, and to investigate whether DeSantis migrant charter flights broke the department's rules by allegedly misleading those on board, which we all know he did. Florida did not directly use federal COVID-19 funds to transport the migrants, but state lawmakers earlier this year directed that the $12 million in interest earned off COVID-19 aid be used to pay for the transport of unauthorized aliens, as they say, from their state. So far, Florida paid a panhandle-based company $1.56 million to fly migrants, but DeSantis has vowed to continue transporting them to blue states, or what they call blue stronghold states. Wow. So literally this cat is playing games with money meant to help other people in a significant and serious way. Instead of him doing that, he's taking the interest of this money meant to provide assistance and doing this ridiculous deed to other human beings. That is the reality of Ron DeSantis and those who think like him. This is okay for them to do. Obviously, it is normative within their character to implement ridiculous strategies like this in order to land political points. But as I have said before, DeSantis is more interested in running for president than being a good governor of that state. Now, will all of these agencies actually do something to Ron DeSantis? Likely not. They're going to huff and puff and act as if they will blow the house down, but nothing will happen. That is where I'm at. That's what I believe. But it is up to us to continue to cover these stories because they are important to the fabric of our society, and it provides a contrast to the insanity of these men. My dear brother, what are your thoughts?
This is clearly, and I know it's been said a bunch of times, a political stunt with the lives of human beings being played as pawns for some political gain. It's weird and it's messed up. So while I'm glad that there's an audit in order to account for the money, this was human trafficking. And let's go back to the money part. The Ron DeSantis of the world will probably claim that they didn't want the federal funds because it's a handout, but now they're going to use it in order to gather, I don't know, interest from the potential base for him to get voter support for him to become president. It's awful, it's gross. And something further needs to happen in addition to whatever they're going to find with the money. Again, this was human trafficking and it needs to be said as such.
Yeah, the one thing these cats fear, my dear brother, is actual accountability. They do fear accountability. And anytime there's some level of accountability, all of them start to act as if they are victims, when really they are simply being held accountable to their extreme behavior. But they are afraid of accountability. So there's a sheriff in Texas investigating this matter. There's a sheriff in Florida investigating the matter. These communities do not exist in a bubble. These communities literally are connected to all of us in this country. So while the DOJ may not do anything, there are others with local jurisdictional power that can do something. I encourage you to utilize the power that you have.